Welcome, welcome everyone. This morning, how to live the laws. Observe and imitate. Ah, we observe the laws. We observe them, and then we imitate them. That's what we do, right? Observe. You look at what's happening. What other laws? Do we remember them? Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, causation, gender. So where do we see them? And how do we imitate them? Because somebody brought that to my attention yesterday. She said, Angela, I'm not sure I know how to apply the law. And I said, imitation. How so? Because when you see what's happening, we think, correct? Then choose your thoughts wisely. And if you're having a particular way of thinking, well, then examine why you think that way. The second thing is, correspondence, as within, so without. That thought must be experienced. Why? Because everything moves. You're watching. Everything is moving. Either really fast and you can't see it, or slow and it looks like it's not moving at all. Polarity. You're moving yourself from to. And there's a rhythm to things. We are awakened. We rest. There is a rhythm. And there's a cause. Every time you do something, it has a particular outcome. And gender, well, that is the projected thing from masculine mind to the subconscious mind. So now that you've observed those things, how do you imitate them? We imitate them. You see, observation is so beautiful. When you begin to see as they really are, these things, these laws, these principles, you move the way they do. You know that if you do this, that will happen. And so then you decide what you want to happen and act accordingly. You see, we are always doing it. We just don't know. As Neville Goddard says, unwittingly, we live the law. But we're supposed to live it consciously. We're supposed to know what's happening. Right? It's not this thing that's there. Another person asked this morning, why does the universe allow these things to happen? I'm like, the universe? The universe is. It has no insidious or nefarious thoughts towards anyone. It just is. And it moves by way of law. Because it too is governed by law. You see, when we forget that the law is there and we don't use it, that's why we live contrary to law. And there are always repercussions to being contrary to law. Well, when I say that, can we be contrary to law? We're always living the law. That one just hit me. We can't ever be contrary to it. Because we're always living it. Whether we know it or not, we're always living it. Ooh, I gotta mull that one over. Indeed, I do. You see, to consciously live by way of law is to be in observation at all times, vigilant, if you will. Because the law is. It just is. And it is not there to beat you. It is not there to reward you. It's just there to maintain order. What is order? When things flow smoothly. Ecclesiastes, there's a time and a season for everything under the sun. This is the law of rhythm, right? So we live by way of law at all times. Mm. It's not, just let me get the words here. It's not that we don't understand. It's that we weren't outrightly told about the law's existence. But the funny thing is, even though we weren't told about the law's existence, we knew that it was there on an intrinsic level. We knew the laws were there. Yeah. Some cultures knew the laws more than other cultures because they were more in tune and they observed. And this is a place we should get back to, for a better way of saying it, get back to that part. You see, because the law is, when I tell you the law is, it just is. And we follow it. You see, sperm meets egg. Thought is impressed into the subconscious mind. Imitation. We plant, we reap. Right? Imitation at all times. When you say, I don't know how to do this, observe, and you will see exactly how to behave at all times. You'll see it. The law is beautiful. That's one way to put it. It is beautiful. And if we would but get a hold of it, you notice they're very simple. The laws are simple. But I remember Synovia saying sometimes in the application can be a bit challenging. Right? Sometimes the application can be a little bit challenging, and that's why imitation can be helpful. You notice how we don't imitate our neighbors, but we imitate the law. Imitate the law. It tells you to think, and that the thought you think must match the experience you have. Right? This is what it's telling you on a daily basis. And well, how do I apply it in business? What is the idea? What is the thought towards your business? That's where you do it. What is the thought towards your business? Because everything begins with that thought. Why? Because the all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. So everything begins with the thought. It begins with the thought. That's where you begin. Right? So then you're here to imitate the law. You watch it and you move with it. What happens to you when you move with the law? Well, that's what we call alignment. And when you are in alignment with the law, you move as one unit. When you move as one, you no longer are in a place of, I must have, I must do. You end up in this place of, I am. This is what happens when you imitate the law. It is a dance, if you will. If you ever watch two brilliant dancers and they move as one. They just move as one. You know exactly who's leading. You know exactly who's leading when you watch the duo. Just like the laws, you know who's leading. So today, let us be bold and imitate the law. But would that be harmful to someone else? The law is order. So cause and effect. If the thought is to harm, well, then that's what the effect will be. So would you think thoughts of harm? No, you wouldn't. Why not? Well, as within, so without. Right? We are in a very unique position. And that position is we actually get to see what's going on. And this is the reason why it is always stressed to memorize those principles, those laws. Because when you memorize them, you can see them. And when you can see them, now you know, oh, I should do this. Based on that, I'm going to do this. Based on this law, I will do that. And that way, you always find yourself in a position of non-judgment, of growth, and of unconditional love. This is where we want to be. We long to be there. You see, all these things, when you align yourself, when you imitate the law, you begin to notice a change in you. It is the most beautiful change. Right? This is the whole idea. And the more you align yourself with the law, the more empowered you become, the more bold you become, the more courageous you become. And you realize that when you are aligned with the law, you don't necessarily stop and ask, oh dear, what should I do with my life? You don't have to stop and ask that. You'll know what to do. You don't have to tell the seed that you put in the ground what to do. It just knows. It's the same with you and I. The simplicity of the law is that it just is. That's the simplicity of it. And when you see the simplicity of the law, you just have to sit and wonder, wow, so it was meant to be easy. Yes, it is. Existence was meant to be simple, just like the laws are. Just like the laws are simple, the existence is meant to be that same thing. As above, so below. There's never a time. I missed you. I have missed you. There's never a time, right? When we are awake or asleep, there's never a time that we are left unattended to. Because that was why the person said what they said. They don't know how to apply the law because nobody cares about them. You see, we want to put the law and the all into a box because that's what helps us to understand when we give things form, because we are of form. So when we put that into this form, we box it in, we lose its essence and its meaning. Because I heard it, but Angela, it doesn't care about us. If only you could see that if you allowed the all to remain shapeless and formless, you would understand the unconditional love. This is why when you spend your time imitating the law, you will see and you will feel that unconditional love. We think love is roses and chocolate, and long walks on the beach in the sunset, and sweet kisses by the fire. No, that is affection. That is companionship. But unconditional love is, you think it persistently, that is what you are, then that is what you encounter. That is what you become. That is unconditional love, because it does not say to you, if you don't do what I tell you, I'll cut you off. No, you get to examine and explore you. You are given that opportunity to get to know you. We always say, oh, the universe is getting to know itself. Yeah, because you and I are getting to know ourselves. That is the privilege of living the laws. You get to know you. You ever watch children at play? They're learning themselves. And don't you just beam and this warmth spreads in your chest when you see the light go on for them, that they've discovered what they are, who they are? That is unconditional love. To allow a thing to become. When you imitate the law, you become your greatest. You are allowed to become it. Whether that be good, bad, or indifferent. But you are allowed to do it without reprimand, without judgment. So when you imitate the law, recognize what you're doing. You are understanding yourself. And when you begin to understand yourself and move accordingly, well, correspondence tells you, as above, so below. So you get to know you. Well, then, are you not getting to know the all? Some people say the all is unknowable. In this form, yes, there's a limitation to knowing the law. However, take it as far as it will go. You know those laws, you live those laws, you breathe them, then you know the all. You have a sliver of an understanding of the all. And then when it comes to your business, well, how do you put that in there? Well, then you know yourself, do you not? You know yourself. So if you know yourself, then you know what the business should do. Because the business is a reflection of who you are. The business is your universe that you are creating. So how do you want it to expand? You see, we make these things complicated, when in actuality they're simple. When you imitate the law, you see how much more simple things are. You just do. That is the invitation to you today. To imitate the law. They tell you imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Phrase is incomplete, but you don't need to flatter the universe. Flattering the universe won't get us ahead. You can't manipulate the universe. Right? You can't manipulate the laws. You can imitate them, though. You can live by them. So that means choose wisely what thoughts you will entertain, especially persistently. because you know whatever that thing is persistently that you've got going on inside, you will experience it because everything moves. And it's moving you between two things, left and right. It's just moving you. One thing is being moved between two poles. And then you do that thing over and over again, you start to develop a rhythm. You become predictable. Right? And then you recognize, I am the cause. I am the cause. And if I'm the cause, then I can predict the effect. I know what's going to happen. This is how you live because of that projected thought. The more persistently you think it, the further it is projected outward into the subconscious mind until it begins to take shape. So you see, living by way of law is a very beautiful thing. And I was talking to my bestie yesterday. And when you look out into society, the reason why some people don't even know that these laws are there is because they've been through hell and back. When your whole life has been one of struggle and desperation and fighting, you have a very hard time sometimes just seeing the law and recognizing that it is there, or even hearing about the law. But it doesn't mean you cannot change either your life or your situation. That's not what it means. It just means you don't know it right now. But if we would take a moment and observe, you see those painful things that we have come through or are still going through, will begin to take their rightful place. You'll begin to see them for what they are. And then you start to rise above them. Struggle is exhausting. The law and living the law, imitating the law, sets you free from that exhaustion. It does. And so when you look out into the world and you see what's happening, this is your time now to simply whisper, you know what? You know what I would like to see in the world? You whisper to yourself, I would like to see more people come alive to the law, like I'm doing on a daily basis. This is what you whisper to yourself. Do you know why? When you have that projected thought of that quality, of that vibration out into the world, it has an effect on everything around it. But also, if you look out into the world and you complain, my God, look at the state of the world. That thought too is also projected. That thought is also projected. Remember causation. What effect would you like to see? What effect would you like to see out in the world? Then be the cause of it. Oh, but I'm just little old me. One person, 8 billion. What can I do? Don't worry about what you can and cannot do to assist. Stay in alignment with the law, and the effect will unfold. It just works that way. Everything works according to law. Everything does. Something ruffles your feathers? Bring it into alignment with the law. Something's got you perplexed? Bring it in Look at it through the lens of the law. Practice doing that first, and you will see that over time, it doesn't matter what you may or may not encounter, you will always do that one thing. You will gaze at it through the lens of the law, and then you will act. That's the encouragement today. That is the encouragement. It's just one of those things where sometimes we are so busy, we are so caught up. Take a moment to just lean back and observe the laws. And when you do that, when you take that silent moment to just observe, a pathway begins to open, and then you realize, oh shoot, I was struggling needlessly. It doesn't matter what the struggle is. See it through the eyes of the law, and the struggle dissipates, because it is always going to be replaced by what you should be doing. The law never leaves us in a state of uncertainty. It doesn't do that. Look at it and you'll see why it does not do that. You're always in a place of surety with the laws. You're always in a state of knowing with the laws. It challenges you. It stretches you to know yourself. Know what you want. Know what you want to become. Look at the freedom there. You get to choose who you want to be, what you want to do, as opposed to do as I say. I tell you, it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing to walk in alignment with law. And here's the beauty of it, right? The more you autocorrect yourself, in the law, out of the law, in the law, then the more you autocorrect yourself in alignment, the longer you will stay in alignment. The times are fewer and far between where you are not aligned. That is the goal. And one of the best ways is to see what you want and be it. Because that's the law unfolding in your own existence. That's why all things are possible. Because of the law. All things are possible because of the law. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the beautiful people in the space today. Twitter. Aw, Meep is here. I see you. It's good to see you, Meep. That's Twitter. Fanbase. We have Sit with Cal. Is that how I say it? We've got Matthias. We've got My Melanin.
Grand Rising, everyone.
Grand Rising. Summer Rose. Oh, yes. I've missed you. I'm glad you're here. Zola, Malik, Shanice, Miss McQueen, Yolanda. Thank you for your help, Yolanda. I didn't ask you this morning. Because my hands are full. But thank you.
It's all good.
Thank you very much. And, Sean, welcome. Let's see who's here in YouTube today. Hold on, I have to find the space for that. My hands are so full. Sonia, welcome to the space. Anot, the better man. Queen Marat, long live Elon. Nexodus, hello. Synovia, Master Glam, hello. David, darling, hello. Lolita, welcome, my dear darling. It's good to see you. Tracy, I've missed you. And Double A, welcome. I have missed you also. Thank you all for being here today. I trust that from today's word, you will go forth and apply the laws. Your freedom lies in there. Think about this for a moment. When you put your head down on your pillow at night, what is that sensation in your body that says, thank you for the law? I can accomplish anything I want. Thank you for that. And do you notice if that is how you fall asleep, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you say is, thank you for the law. I can accomplish anything I want. Because I know how to do it. You're showing me how to do it. You're not talking to me, you're talking to the all. See? When you live that way, sleep is rejuvenating to your body, you know? You get up in the morning, there's a pep in your step, you've got all these ideas, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna pluck this one. Oh, I'm gonna pluck that idea. Let's expand on that. You know, in like Avengers, when Tony Stark, he takes the thingy and he expands it so we can all see it. He makes it bigger. That's what we do with our ideas. You get it, you pluck it, and you're like, oh, let's expand on that. That confidence comes when you start to wield the law. You use it. It is nothing to fear. If you notice, the law does not instill fear. It can't, because it is perfect love. So it cannot give you fear. So that means when you want to do something, you can do it. Well, indeed, it can, Zenobia. Who's the one operating the car? You decide. When I get in the car this morning and I'm traveling to my destination, traffic is a breeze. You know, I don't encounter idiots. It's smooth for me. Cause and effect. What is the effect of that travel that you would like to have? Smooth. You want to make all the green lights. You see what I'm saying? You want to get to your destination on time. So if that is where you are, then the chances of you encountering road rage are few and far between. Because that's not the effect that you would like to see. You've called forth the effect you want. You're setting it in motion by way of your thoughts. And you see, let's expand on that. If you are driving and you are arguing in your head, well then, what is road rage? An argument. So you see, the correspondence is there. As within, so without. Choose the effect you want to experience, and the cause, you'll become the cause. You have to. Oh, one does not have to fight against anything. Choose what you want to experience. You don't have to fight against something, but choose what you would like to experience in your own sphere. You are responsible for that. You see, as far as your aura, which is your vibrational set point in color, you are responsible for how that spreads by way of your thoughts. So when you do that, road rage will not be a problem. Because you're not arguing with yourself. You're not fighting, especially with yourself, to say, oh, I got to get this right. I got to do this. Oh, I got to. You see that? angst right there. I gotta do it. You're working hard to combat it, you say? There's the resistance. You're busy fighting against. Then you should call it how you want it to go. Man, you're the referee. You're the referee in this there life, right? Call the play. And you're also the coach. Give the play. Makes sense. So you see, let us remember that we are the driving force. Neville Goddard says, you are the operant power. Well, you are. You're the one living. So you say, what would I like to experience? That's where it starts. What would I like to experience? You have to know what you want. You see the power the law gives? The power to control your existence. That's the power the law gives you. Notice how the law doesn't give you power to beat somebody else with. Never do that. Oh no. It becomes intoxicating. Now when one is intoxicated, they act a fool. Right? Always use the law to edify. I'm not going to have to tell you that twice. Use it for any other purpose. Listen, whatever purpose you use it for has to come through you first. So if you want to be nefarious, you want to be harmful, cause and effect, eh? As within, so without for correspondence. So who are you hurting? Yourself. As they say in Barbados, you can hide them by land, but you can't hide and work it. You think you're fooling the law? No, you can't. That's why you're always encouraged to be on the up and up with it. Zenobia, I will try harder to be nice. To whom? Zenobia. To you. You see, it is always you. If you are in a space and something riles you up, that's on you. Why would you allow yourself to be riled up? When you're riled up like that, you're out of the shadow of the law. Come back in it. The law is telling you, I gotta unzip. I'm warm. Got me fired up. The onesie. Whew, hot. The law, you see, when you use it, you will begin to see that it is you projecting outward. What are you projecting outward? You said you're going to try harder to be nice. Well, let niceness rest in your own bosom, my darling. Let niceness rest in your own bosom. Then you become the prophet. Why? Because as long as niceness is within your bosom, you are projecting it out. You are being nice. Hear it? Not doing. You're being nice. You see that imitation of the law? That is what we should be doing. Imitate the law at every turn. You don't have to fight. You just got to redirect. Always question that. Hey, what am I projecting out? You see, it is a beautiful thing that we've been given. And when you walk in the beauty of what you've been given, which is the law, right? Think about I want you to get your heads around it. You have the capability. You have the capability to change your life. You do. Again, Neville Goddard tells you, it is only your refusal to accept that causes you to struggle. Now, we don't refuse it because we're trying to be ignorant. We refuse it because we doubt it. And it's not that the law needs to be believed. You don't need faith with the law. Every 28 days, that moon changes. Ooh, you need faith for that? No, you just need to observe it. Every morning, we see the sun on the horizon because we're turning towards it. We don't need to believe that. There's going to be a sunrise and there'll be a sunset. Well, we turn to and from. There's polarity, yes? We turn to the sun, we turn from it every day. And it is within that rhythm that we can now recognize the difference between day and night. So it's not that we need to believe the law, you need to observe the law. When you observe the law, you banish doubt. Because if you know, when you see it, there's a rhythm. Rest, awake, day, night. There's a rhythm. What is there to believe? So if you see the rhythm above you, then you know there's a rhythm below you. You are in between. You are in between the heavens and the earth. Man is between those two things. This is why there's an as above, so below. You look outside, you see the branches and the leaves on the tree. Well, you can guarantee that there's roots beneath it. As above, so below. There's no need to believe it. It's right there. You see, the senses can be deceived. Any good magician worth his salt can do that to the eye. A hypnotist, same thing. But the laws? No. The laws are. And if we see them, we know, the law works that way. If I apply it here with this situation, it'll work in the exact same way. That's why you don't have to have faith in the law. You just have to apply it. It is right before you. And if it works there, you know how you do it? You make it. You know when you see those pictures where people look like they're holding the sun? Or they're holding up the moon? Well, that's the law, right? So you bring it down now to your situation. Bring it to your situation. Apply it there, and it will work in the exact same way. Business? You want more clients? You want a promotion at work? Well, you already know what you want. You know what you want. That's step one. So apply the law to that. Step one is, the thought. I know what I want. Here it is. So what are you going to behave like? You already have it now. As long as you've named it, you have it. You name it. That's what I want, the promotion. Okay. So did you say the promotion? Now you start to walk with confidence. Why? Because you know that as within, so without. The promotion is yours. You said you wanted it, so it is yours. And you start to behave like a person who's just been promoted. You have more responsibility. That means now you get to manage the self better. Not time, manage you. You start to do that. It's not man that gives you your promotion. It is you who claims your promotion. Live by way of that. You know what? I've been promoted. That means my confidence is up. I have to start. In my mind, Okay, so who am I going to train to do this? I need to know all these things, so I'm going to learn these things so I can teach them. Because when you get promoted, you're more responsible. So you have to behave responsibly. Why? Because as within, so without. You don't wait till you get there to act it, to be it, you become it. Bring the law into this little bite-sized morsel into any area of your life. And it will change for you. And you don't have to believe it because you see it in action every day. You see the law in action every single day. And once you apply what you see there, and even if you were visually impaired, you'd still see the law. How so? Because you'd still have to sleep, you'd still have to eat, you'd still have a cycle of the moon. Even though you cannot see the moon, doesn't mean it does not go through its phases. So again, the law is not dependent upon your senses. The law is not dependent upon your senses. That's why Neville Goddard can tell you, deny your senses, which means your situation appears to be hopeless. It just appears that way. But what does the law tell you? Use the law. At every turn, use it. That's how we do it on a daily basis. Synovia, say it again. I will work hard at applying the laws. Does nature have to work hard at applying the laws? I'm going to call you on it. You don't work hard at it, you practice it. The minute you say you work hard at it, you begin to encounter resistance right there. Why am I not doing this right? Why is it so hard? As opposed to, well, I'm glad I know this now. Let me practice, because I can only get better at doing it. That's the flip side. That's where you take yourself right there, as opposed to, ooh, you will work hard. Working hard has a way. Yes, my sweet darling, you practice because it is a pleasure to practice. Think about what you're practicing. You are practicing your alignment. You are practicing, doing that thing. And the more you practice, the better you become. Because that is the way of practice, correct? That is the way of practice. The more you practice, the better you become at that thing you're doing. That's all. Like dancers. It looks like they're working hard, but they're practicing. Of course, they're sweating, but they're practicing. And don't we just love to watch them? Exactly. Always a pleasurable thing to use the law, to live it. Always. If we remember that. You see, because that's what makes it easier for us. Yes. It does. Practice does make permanent that habit. Oh, indeed. So that's why you choose wisely what you want to practice. You always choose wisely what it is you practice. Nothing should be able to annoy us. Right? Trust me, I know. Nothing should be able to annoy us. But let me tell you something. When you come from a place of just being easily annoyed, then that is where you put your foot down and you say, you know what? What's the effect I would like? I would like more peace of mind, more ease. Yeah. And when you start that attitude, you begin to notice that things that used to poke you don't poke you as much, because you're not there with that thing anymore. You've elevated yourself above it. Well, you'll still see it, but it won't annoy you. And those times that it does annoy you are few and far between from when it used to. This is how you can reflect backward and say, oh, I grew. Nice. I understood something and I applied it. Nice. That's what you tell yourself. That's how you encourage yourself. Right? Think about that for a moment, because everything moves, everything vibrates, the law of vibration, yes? So when you say, I will, you haven't committed. You'll get to it. But when you say, I am, the vibration is higher. And when the vibration is higher, well, then, what do you think you experience by way of the law of correspondence? As within, so without. That's what I'll say to you today. That's what I will say to you today. It is our pleasure and it is our privilege to know the law. Because if you think about it, look at how long they've been suppressed. They've been suppressed for such a long time. But you see, the thing with the truth is, it does not stay hidden. It cannot. It can't stay hidden. That's not its nature. The truth is like light. So today, as we go about our day, remember, the law, bring it down to your situation and apply it. As above, so below. Right? Bring the law like a little tiny bite-sized morsel down to your section, down to your life, and apply it there. Even if that means you get out your pencil and paper and you write down on the top of the paper what your situation is. Well, automatically, because you see it, you've now invoked polarity, because you see where you are. And now you should know from where you are where you would like to be. And in between those two things, from to, there's steps to take. You will begin to see them. And you write them down. Okay, because the ideas will come to you like that. It is the most beautiful thing. As soon as you write down where you are and where you want to be, from to, you begin to see the first step, the second step, and the third, and you move through it with ease. As opposed to, well, you're just looking at the situation and you're not applying the law. All situations are governed by law. All situations are governed by law. Remember that. So there's no situation that you cannot handle. I'm speaking to the choir this morning, right? Not a situation you can't handle. So, countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2. Twitter, I love you. And I'll see you soon, Twitter. You know, I'm always closing YouTube last, so you could pop over there if you want some more. See you later, Twitter. Twitter is closed. Fanbase, I see you. Oh, look, I have a hand for it. Nadia. Shakuna? Is that how I say it? Shaquana? Oh, I don't know how to say it. My Melanin. Charles. Miss McQueen. Sit with Gal. Summer Rose. I'm glad to see you. Zola. Malik. Shanice. Yolanda. Thank you. Yes. Come and tell me how to say your name, sweet girl.
Good morning, everyone. Lovely faces. My name is Chakana.
Chakana. A pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise. I truly enjoyed listening this morning.
Oh. Why, thank you.
You're most certainly welcome.
Well, it's great to have you in the space. Thank you for being here. And I trust that everyone has gotten something beautiful, Miss Ravioli, has gotten something beautiful from this space this morning that they can apply to their lives right now in any situation. You're not left alone. You're not left to wonder, to figure it out. Use them, and here they are before we sign off for Fanbase. Mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. As above, so below. As within, so without. Corresponding. We have vibration because everything moves. And it moves between two poles, polarity. Creating a rhythm, an ebb and a flow, because every cause has its effect, and every effect its cause. A projection of the will, masculine. Giving life, giving form, feminine. Those are the 7 principles that govern all of creation. Apply them and watch your life change. Y'all know where to find me. You can slide into my DMs if you need to. That's fine. Fanbase, I love you, and I'll see you soon. Fanbase is closed. Hey, YouTube. Oh, here's what I was going to say. I was going to make a post for it. I will do it, but I'll tell you guys here. For testimonials, what I'll do, I'll either host it once a month, or it just depends. You can come on here with me and share your testimonial. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So if you have a testimonial, DM me, and I'll pick a day and a time, and we'll do it. I think we'll do it for about an hour. I think an hour is fair. You know, so if you have a testimonial you want to share, slide into my DMs and let me know. Right? Or you can email me too. What is my email, y'alls? It is positively Angela at Shaw, SHAW.ca. I just put it in the chat. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to start hosting the testimonials. Why? Because testimonials are an encouragement. Because look, there's 8 billion of us on the planet. Shoot. We've all been through some of the same things. So it is always good to edify one another. That's what it is. So if you want to be here and be part of the testimonial show, let me know. And I'll, like I said, I'll pick a day. I will stay faithful to that day so that we form the habit of being there for testimonials. Right? And also being part of testimonials allows us to practice. That's what it does, right? So here's something for you. Remember, bring up that sensation, the sensation of what would it be like for me to share my testimonial. It doesn't matter what testimonial it is. Don't put a limit on it. You just say, that's going to feel good. I can't wait to tell everybody my testimonial. And you see, you begin to feel that sensation in your body. And your body says, we have a testimonial. This is great. And the more you bring up that sensation, hold it for 30 seconds, 20 times throughout the day, you will have a testimonial. Because you're telling your body, you have one right now. See it? Apply the law. And that testimonial it's just waiting for you to step into it, to embody it. Remember, if you were there for the Bible story on Monday night, when Elijah spoke to the dry bones and brought them back to life, well, they just stood there, but they had to be embodied. So embody your testimony. That's what you do. Your testimony is already there. It's just waiting for you to tell it. I am so eager to hear all your testimonies. And here's the thing, there's no big one and there's no small one. Testimonials are things that you have accomplished. And as I said, there's no size to a testimonial. It's not shoes. It's a testimonial. It's just a matter of, I did that. And I want you to be proud of yourself for knowing I applied the law. That's what you do. That's how you share your testimonial. Whether it's a cup of coffee, whether it's a free pizza, who cares what it is? You applied the law and saw it unfold before your very eyes. That is your power. And I want you to use it. Yeah? Y'all got me sweating up in here this morning. But Sonia, Anot, the better man, Queen Marat, long live Imonon, Exodus, Master Glam, Synovia, David, Lolita, Double A, Tracy, B Royalty, L, and Miss Ravioli. And for all the others who did not make themselves known, that's all right. You know I love you. I see you all. So we'll catch up again. I'll go and record the nighttime guided meditation. Here's a question. Drop it in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, mind you. But drop it in the comments for me. I love doing short stories. And so, you see that relaxation room that we have? I have a couple stories that I'm going to put in there under that title. Relaxation room. It's a break room. You just come in and you sit down and take a load off and listen to a story. Right? If you want to listen to a story, just let me know. Pop it in either the chat or the comment section, because then that encourages me now, because I love to write. And I do love to tell a good story. And I'd love to share them with you. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. I'll put one up for this afternoon as a premiere. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do so you get the notifications when things are being posted, so that you get to partake in them. And if you have an idea for a story that you want me to tell you, drop it in the chat and let me know. And we'll get it done. I do love a good story. I do. And heaven only knows. You have that break, you come in and you're just like, it's like reading your book. And there are some books I'll be doing like that. I haven't decided which ones they are yet. If there's a particular book that you would like to hear instead of read, drop it in the chat and let me know. Rate, let me know. And also, do consider joining in a membership on the YouTube channel if you'd like. Yeah, that's all I'll tell you today. I'll put it up there so people can see it. But that's, yeah, there's so much. Because I also want to give an outlet, because we do have some beautiful artists in our space, you know. Double A. We also have Ultra Magneto. Oh, brilliant artists, right? What is it that you want to showcase? Let's edify each other in our skills, shall we? I know that Queen Morant, I don't know if you've ever heard her, but you should. Talk about a poetess. Phenomenal wordsmith she is. She evokes such emotion in you when you listen to her poetry. Rather inspiring, actually. I'm going to have to do a post about that. I want that for us, that we can, this community that we've started here, that we can bring our best selves and be a part of it. That's why the testimonial is important, right? You get to see who you are. Like, what if you're an interior designer? Yes, let's do these things. Let's edify one another so that we keep going forward and bringing our beauty to the rest of the world. Let's do that. I'll flesh it out and see. So far, we've got a testimonial. So we've got the break room. Let's see what we can do to showcase the work within our community. This one that we've formed here, you see what I'm saying? Because we've all got skills. Let's do them. I'm so looking forward to this. Indeed, I am. Well, ponder that as you go about the day. Right? Ponder it as you go about the day. And then let's get her done so we can edify one another. Yes. I love you all. Oh, you're welcome, Queen Rat. You are phenomenal, you know, my darling. You are. And if you don't follow her yet, you should. She's on Insta. And she's got the same name, Queen Morant. Yeah. That's what we do. I'm excited for us. Much love, everybody. I'll see you later.